Hello everybody, it's Diana again, and today I wanted to do a little updated video on my eyeshadow palette since I've gotten more since the first time I filmed, and I just kind of wanted to go over them with you. I thought I would share my face really quick, just so you can see me, and we'll kind of go through the palettes together. I'm not doing a declutter, I'm not getting rid of anything. I'm enjoying trying them all out, working with them, having fun with them, and I just thought you might enjoy seeing it again. I just did try-ons of all my lipsticks, so you could see what I own there. And then I'll also do, if you guys like this video, even if you don't, I'll probably do eventually in the future here, the rest of my collection. So all of my powders, bronzers, highlighters, my eyeshadows that are singles that aren't in these palettes. This is just straight palette video. And then, concealers, foundation, spray, all that. I could probably do everything else in like 1 or 2 videos. I don't have an enormous collection. I think I have a relatively manageable collection. And I do buy new things, but I'm also trying to like slowly get through some of it as well and kind of not declutter because I don't want to get rid of anything necessarily, but kind of use up some stuff that either is older, that is not my favorite, but I just kind of want to get through, or just, to make room for new things in the future. So, did I stuff in my teeth? No. So that's enough for me until the end. I'm going to rotate you down now and we will look at the palettes together. Don't mind my dirty desk and my beautiful Japanese, I think, Star Wars shirts. But here we go. So the first one I'm going to show you today is the Pirates of the Caribbean and Lorac palette. This one is kind of cool. I do not have the face palette that goes along with it. But if you did, there's like a little opening here that you could store it in, which is kind of fun. It is kind of a bulky palette. Don't get me wrong, but I think it's really fun. So it comes with a lot of fun different shades. These are more neutral. There's a couple pops of color in here, and then it did come with a little eyeliner. I haven't tried the eyeliner yet, but I will in the future. I'm sorry, there's like a big glare happening. And it's really hard to tell, but this is like greens down here, some reds, blue. But, Lorac, this is my only Lorac palette, and I do think that they make some pretty fun stuff. Then I have my Kat Von D Saint and Sinner palette that came out this Christmas. I really enjoy this palette. I know a lot of people don't like, I don't know, the idea of it. The one thing I don't like is how this opens up, because if you want to use this side, you're fine. But if you want to use this side, it becomes kind of a hassle, mostly because of this little emblem at the top. But I really enjoy all of those shades. I kind of find the mirrors to be a little useless. I mean, it's nice that they've been added in. And the top 2 shades are really toppers. You can't really use them on their own. I mean, you could if you just wanted a super light, ethereal look. And it's really hard to tell, but this is kind of like a lime green, and that's probably my favorite color in the whole palette. But I think this one's really pretty. As you can see, I've kind of banged it up a lot. I try to use my shadows and interchange them as much as I can. Then I have the Urban Decay Heavy Metals palette that also came out around the holidays. And I think a lot of people either love this or hate it. And a lot of people don't like the big mirror in the middle. So I'm going to try not to blind you. They kind of have the more neutral, I mean, it's all shimmer shades or glitter shades. The neutral ones on this side and kind of the more fun ones on this side. And I really love this palette. I think it's wonderful. I think the colors are really fun. Something different. And I'm sorry, the lighting in here kind of makes this awful. I don't super love the packaging. I don't actually mind the mirror in the middle. You can see me. Hello. But it is kind of, you want to be careful when you open it so it doesn't fly across the room. Then I have the Urban Decay Kristen Leanne Kaleidoscope Dream eyeshadow palette. Comes with a mirror. This one's got a lot of fun colors. It's really hard to tell with my lighting, but this is actually like a split pan. This white one, there it goes. You could kind of see when I shade it a little bit. So it's kind of like two colors, like, and they're both kind of duochromy. But this one's pretty fun. This one I got at a really good discount. I want to say you can still get it at a good discount. And the pans are pretty small, but really for most eyeshadow palettes, especially like fun colored ones, I don't think people tend to use the whole pan. This one's kind of annoying. I wish they just made two pans so that they wouldn't mix together, but they do look nice together. Then I have my Pure Cosmetics My Little Pony the Movie palette. And this was like the first high-end palette I kind of got in a long time. So maybe a year and a half ago or so. And I love it. I love all the fun colors. They've got some nice transitions. You can do a lot of different looks with this. And I'm a person that's not afraid to, you know, pull from different palettes. So make a look here or here and maybe come over here and grab a metallic. Now a lot of the shades in this one are mostly metallic. So you might have to go to like Kat Von D or, you know, whatever, and then pull through there. And I'm fine with that. So that's not a big deal. Then I have the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Palette with the names on the back. Big mirror. And that's just like super neutral. I like to use the one in the middle as a contour because it's nice and cool. And I kind of prefer cool contours. And then this is kind of a banana yellow color, and I'll use that sometimes to bake under eye. And a lot of these colors, especially when I've changed my hair many times, I've used as like eyebrow colors instead of just eyeshadow. So I've kind of multi-purpose this, and I really like it. I think that one's totally worth it. When I was looking initially for kind of a neutral eye palette, that's the one that caught my eye the most. Just because, one, I know the quality's really there. But also you're getting some really nice shadows. Then I have the Hard Candy Galactic Eyes palette. Kind of shows the shades on the back. This again is all glitter. There's no mirror. I've only used this like once. And I did enjoy it. It was a little kind of hard to work with. It's not my favorite on my palettes, but I definitely need to, you know, try it out a little bit more. And then I've got my BoxyCharm and Pure palette. And I'll just show you this even though it doesn't matter. Like a lot of the backs, if I'm not showing you, it's because there's nothing there. This one does come with a mirror. And then this is like another kind of neutrally palette, and which is kind of nice because I don't really have a lot of neutrals. So if you want to get like crease shades and stuff. But it has a lot of fun colors, and I've done some kind of pinky looks with this. I don't hate it. I like it as much as I like my other palette. I just don't. I have so many. I consider this so many palettes that I don't really always reach for everything, or I'll forget that I have a palette. This is the Makeup Revolution 32-piece palette, Mermaids Forever. So it's pretty plain on the front. Get a big mirror, and then this is just kind of a lot of fun shades. There's not too many bright ones. There's like these greens and blues. There's some reds and orange. But this is relatively neutral too. There's a lot of like white and cream shades. So you can go, you know, smoky or just add a tiny little bit of color if you wanted. So this is kind of good. This is not my favorite of my eyeshadow palettes by any means. I would say this one and the Galactic Eyes of what we've seen are my least favorite so far. And then these other ones I have definitely would use many times and have. This one I really love. It's the Makeup Revolution and Soph X palette from Soph Does Nails. So you get 24 in this one. You get a big mirror again. And this is really nice. It's kind of more like warm and fall tones. There are a few cool ones in here, kind of towards the bottom and in the middle. And I've made a lot of looks with this that I really like. I highly recommend this palette, especially at the price point. So I think that's worth a shot. And I've got the Tarte Graveyard Girl Swamp Queen palette. This is actually a neutral palette that I bought for myself relatively recently when it came back. This one you get a brush with it. And then these are technically like cheek stuff, so contour, blush, and highlight. And then the rest are eyeshadow. I just use them all as eyeshadow because these all have sparkle in them to some extent. So I find it better as eyeshadow, but I really like this, and I like at the top it says, believe in yourself, love yourself, embrace your individuality. I've really enjoyed this one. It's nice for work, especially if you've got to do some neutral looks. BH Cosmetics Weekend Festival is also pretty new if you watched my haul video. It's not too exciting on the back. This one comes with a big mirror. I think only one of these palettes, just the Galactic Eye so far, didn't have a mirror. I don't usually use these mirrors to do my makeup either, but I like all the fun colors in here. And I feel like there's a lot more fun colors than neutral colors, but there's a little bit to balance it out. They're more poppy. And I really like that. This is a pretty fun palette. I really enjoy it. And then one of my newest ones, or probably my newest one, is the Kat Von D 10-year anniversary palette. Gold. This is like plastic, but it's a really nice quality. Big mirror, and again, super beautiful shades. Pretty much enjoy every color. Oh, not that one. This little white guy at the end. What is that one? Melanie, I think. Could be Chad. Well, Leafar is the green one. So that one's Melanie. It's very light. It does not show up really. So mostly I used it for blending or transition. Then I have two Anastasia palettes. These are ones that a lot of people don't like. She's got like the velvety stuff on there, but I enjoy both of these palettes and I've used them a lot. This is the Prism palette, and it does come with a brush. You get a mirror. Sorry, my coloring is not doing this justice because this is literally like a bright lime shade. I don't know if I can get... I need less light. I need less light. I'm failing. I'm sorry. I'm failing here. But I do really enjoy this one, and I've made some good dents in different ones. This one, Lucid, kind of like gathers a layer over itself after you use it, so that's not super great. And then Subculture, which a lot of people didn't like, but I have enjoyed a lot. I like kind of the fall colorness of this, and again, like Cube, it kind of like creates a film over itself when you use it. I don't know why, but these, and again, I'm sorry about my lighting. These ones do not show up good in lighting. They pair really great together. So you can make like a lot of looks kind of combining these two palettes, which is usually what I've done when I work with them. But I really enjoy these palettes. And then my boyfriend for Christmas, yes, made me this by Lunatic Lab Cosmetics. So they do have pre-made palettes, or you can pick your colors. So it's like an orange, lime green, light blue, dark blue with shimmer, and like a turquoise with shimmer. And again, this lighting isn't super great. You get like a tiny little mirror. But the packaging's awesome, the colors are amazing, and if you run out, you just buy another color or the same color and you can pop it in there super easy. These shadows are awesome. This one I got in a BoxyCharm. It's the ColourPop Semi Precious palette. You get the shades on the back. And I don't know if the shades correspond or like on Kat Von D how they're opposite. It's very confusing. This one does not have a mirror. And these are all shimmer shades, and they're fine. They're just like completely neutral, like shimmers. And I already have neutral shimmers in my Urban Decay Heavy Metals palette, and you know, whatever. So these are fine. I just don't reach for it that much, so I'm not like super excited about that one. This is another palette this is Makeup Revolution Salvation palette in Unicorns Unite. So it looks a lot from the outside like that other palette. like the mermaid one, except it's smaller and there's not as many colors. And then they do, these are almost baked ones at the bottom with the cross hatching, and then the regular ones. And I bought this, so you do get a nice mirror. Because I saw Tati Westbrook review it and she really liked it. And I just am never inspired to pick up this palette. I've probably used it 3 times. It's a lot of dark shades, so I guess if you want a really smoky look, this is a great palette. I mean, because really when I look at it, my eyes don't even go to this bottom row. So it's like all these smoky dark shades, which is fine. But it doesn't call to me. This is another palette I just don't reach for. So really like 4 of my palettes. It's the NYX Beauty School Dropout. Has a little bit of mirror on the side. And then I don't normally keep these things in, but just because of the layout of this palette I do. But you get tons of eyeshadows and then these like face shades. And the face shades are just absolutely not the right color. The shadows are okay. I'm just not super excited to ever pick this up. But I do like that there's quite a range, and then there's quite a few corresponding shades too, so you could build up a look, like a purple look or a brown look or kind of a fall look, even over here. So there is a wide range. I think maybe for someone starting out or a high schooler, this might be a really good gift. I'm just not super drawn to it anymore, but I have it. And then I've got the Katy Perry CoverGirl Katy Cat palette in Cool Cat. This one I really love, and there was 2 of them. There was Cool Cat and I don't know, Hip Cat or something. And I've used this quite a bit. Kind of the kitties' faces are almost gone. And they're all glittery or shimmery. They don't all come across that much when you put them on. And it did come with like little, the old makeup things. I don't even know what they are. The little cotton-tipped ones, which I don't use. I mean, I kept them, but I don't use them. And then, yeah, the Subculture and Prism come with brushes that are double-ended, which are pretty nice. But I do really, really like this palette. I think it's good. I would definitely recommend that, although I haven't seen them in stores in a while. And that I found and then never saw again. I also have the NYX Ultimate Eyeshadow Palette in Brights. And, of course, you don't get a mirror. But these are like some really, really fun shades. And that looks pretty close to what they look like in real life. So it's a nice mix you could build up or pair with another palette. If you're just starting to get into like really fun colors, I think this is a really nice option. It's like $17 or $18. This is a really old Tarte palette my sister gave me. It says, "May the starlight be your spotlight." It's called the Double Duty Eye and Cheek palette in Sultry Star Power. You do get a pretty nice mirror, but it's extremely just a blah smoky eye. And then there was a blush in here, which I depotted and put in a palette because I kept forgetting there was a blush in here, and so I never used it. But now I do use it occasionally that it's not in here, and I do want to depot these. So I might do a depot video in the future. But these are just like gray smoky colors, and I don't often do just a straight gray smoky eye, so I don't reach that one for that one too much. This is an Ulta Beauty one. No idea if there's a special name for it. It did come in like one of those. It's nice and magnetic, which is cool. Probably the You Caught My Eye palette. It did come with, again, one of those little applicators. And these are just like pink and purple neutral grays, neutral gray tones. I've used this like twice. It was fine. It wasn't great. I'm not super inspired to ever use that palette, but I got it in like a set for free when buying other stuff. And then I have the Smashbox palette, and this one is the Bold Eye palette. So it has like the names on the back. This I don't think you can get anymore. But I think this, too, is a really fun... Oops, sorry about the mirror in your face. This one's like a duochrome right here. And this is kind of duochromy, too, a little bit. This, like, light white one. This is a fun color palette too if you're just starting out, except there's not, like with the NYX palette, there's a lot of different colors that kind of correspond, so you could build or kind of play with it a little more than this one. This one might be a little bit more less for beginners, but I don't think you can get it anymore anyway. Alright everybody, I hope you liked my palette update video, and I encourage you to keep watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Please comment below. I'd like to try to have a dialogue with you guys. Mostly I don't get any, but I would appreciate it. And let me know if you like the video, if you want to see more of these, the rest of the collection, anything else. And have a wonderful day. Thanks. Bye.